Hey everyone, welcome to the results video of the mini QDude contest. Now for this contest everybody had to create something on a small 5x5 tile map and they had to include the QDude scenery object. Now this is one of those expansion objects that you usually will not use in any of your maps. But yeah, it actually became quite popular on my Discord. So I decided to make a contest with it. This is just the example that I made for the contest. But yeah, 28 people actually submitted something for this contest. So I will start with the one that got last place. And I will finish with the winner of this contest. Okay, here we have the last place in the contest. This one was made by Geoff. Yeah, this looks pretty random. He just put a bunch of cool dudes here on this piece of land with some signs saying something like a 20% PP increase. Because that's something I told people that if they joined the contest, their PP would increase, their PP size would increase by 20%. So yeah, I don't think it's particularly nice what he created. It looks very random, messy. So yeah, let's just continue on to the next entry. Okay, then we get the entry from Joseph Stalin. Now this is actually quite a cool entry. He made like a boxing ring with two cool dudes across each other. And because of the movements they make, it actually looks like they're boxing with one another. Now he actually didn't fully follow the rules because these signs, they're actually on the outside of the plot. But I didn't give him a penalty for that. But yeah, it doesn't really matter in the end because he got quite a low score anyway. So yeah, not really much else to say about this. I believe he actually put some stuff... oops, it's a little bit too low. I believe he actually put some stuff right under here. So yeah, there's some entertainers with names of some of the people on the Discord. Probably in an effort to get a higher score, but yeah. It doesn't look like it really worked out in his favor in the end. Okay, here we have the entry from Scoop. He made a large bridge here, the Bridge of Death it's called. You can see a cool dude standing on top here of the bridge. And there's a security guard down here, which is called screaming, "Don't do it!" So apparently he's screaming, "Don't do it!" to the cool dude who's on top of here. But yeah, other than that, I think it could have used some more decorations. It's yeah, it looks a bit too simple, I think, so that's why people didn't give it a very high score. Some extra decorations throughout the plot would have really helped make this entry stand out more from the rest. Okay, then we have the entry from Savvy Adam. He made this cool dude on top of this pedestal. I think it's supposed to look like a statue. The signs here say, "To our great fearless leader, Daddy Ducklick." So yeah, I guess these people here, they're all honoring this statue. And yeah, I think they're right for doing that. Some of them are walking away though. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much to see here. But yeah, I do like kind of like the way he did this statue thing here. Alright, here we have the entry from Jenemo, a newcomer on my Discord. I actually kind of like this entry. I like how we also made a statue here in the middle. I guess it's kind of like a little town square with some simple buildings right next to it. Now, yeah, a lot of people don't really like these round windows. Like the medieval windows usually look much better for buildings. Or some people even only use doors and open some of them. But yeah, to be honest, I kind of liked these buildings. But yeah, for example, I think this building could have used some extra windows here also in this top part. I mean, if a building has a top floor, usually there's one or more windows in it. Also these chimneys, I'm not really sure if this is the right scenery object to make a chimney. But overall, I kind of like these buildings and these gardens here. I found it quite charming. Alright, here we have the entry from Ulvenwood. Now, in these signs here it says don't rotate 180 degrees. Well, I am going to rotate 180 degrees. Um, yeah, I did have to blur part of this because it's quite not safe for YouTube. You can see the cool dude here, and here he has an. Let's just say he has a very large body part here, which is kind of leaking on the end. So yeah, not really sure what to say about this. I guess this is very Ulvenwood. Anyway, let's quickly move to the next entry. Okay, here's the entry from Dedede. This entry was called Mr. Worldwide, so you can see a cool dude here standing on top of a 3D cinema. So I guess it kind of looks like an Earth. Now, actually, he first submitted it with just 3D cinema and these flags surrounding it. I think these flags surrounding it, that's quite a cool touch. But yeah, the decorations that he added here, I think they look kind of messy. Also, I think something went wrong with the guest spawn point, because we can see a guest who's just walking here. He's very tired, so he's probably been here for a while. So yeah, I think it's a cool idea, but these decorations, yeah, I don't really like them, to be honest. I think it looks very messy. So he probably could have done a better job in that. Alright, then we have the entry from QDude24. This is really creative. So he made like this pole vaulting QDude. So he made these this structure with the bar on top, and then this QDude. This cool dude. It gets confusing with these names sometimes. But yeah, you can see the cool dude here with a pole made out of these pole fences, and yeah, he's jumping over this bar. Now this is a very simple entry, so that's probably why it scored pretty low. But yeah, it's quite cool to also see his coach down here, Coach Dirklink. Apparently he's encouraging the cool dude while he's suspended up in the air here, defying the laws of gravity. Okay, here's the entry from Darkoro. Darkoro made this CD-ROM or cool dude read-only memory system. So you can actually see a round shape here on top, which I think it's supposed to look like a CD, and there's these cool dudes on top. And below that there's this big structure with all these cog wheels, and I believe there's also some Mechit clones in here. Mechit turning the crankshaft. So yeah, in the first submission this was just the land, but I advised Darkoro to add some walls and floors here, and to make it look more interesting. And I think he did a really great job at that. So yeah, in the end, I think the cool dudes could have been used in a better way, though. To be honest, I don't really think they add much here, and yeah, in a more interesting way, or to use them, probably would have made the plot a lot more nice to look at. Maybe you could have hidden some of them behind the glass or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's actually quite fun to see that there's also some guests entering and exiting here. There's actually a ride here in the middle, which the guests are queuing for. Alright, here's the entry from Just Carl. He actually made a recreation of a scene from the Terminator. You can also see the text here. I know why you cry, but it's something I can never do. So yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, I believe at some point he jumps into like a pool of liquid or molten metal. So yeah, that's why you can see the cool dude standing here inside this orange-colored water, apparently meeting his end here. Now, I think it's actually quite cool that he recreated this scene from the movie, but yeah, it's quite disappointing to see that he just put like this land here instead of using walls and interesting scenery. So here there's just rock with these wooden walls. I don't think that makes much sense. Also, you can see these paths here. With scenery, there's much nicer ways to make catwalks than this way. But I have to say, it is kind of funny to actually see the guests standing still here next to the path and taking pictures of this scene. That's pretty cool. Now something else that's apparent is that actually this part of the map, it has a different black tile color than the actual outer side of the map. So yeah, if you want to make a black tile palette, I actually made a tutorial on how to do that. And yeah, it's usually a good idea to make the color for the land actually match the color for the outside of the map. Okay, here's the entry from Lars Dv. Now this entry actually was really nice. I really loved the way that this looked. So it's kind of like a boxing ring. Again with two cool dudes across one each other. Of course, because of their movement, it looks like they're actually fighting each other. So the fire next to it, I think that's a nice touch. Also the support structure above it, that's also really cool. The reason he actually scored so low is that he was too late to send in his submission. So yeah, that's why sadly I had to give him a point penalty. But overall, this entry looks fantastic. I love all the decorations here, all the tracker texture, the structure above it, the signs. Yeah, everything looks really nice. So this is fantastic work. Alright, here we have the entry from Noobiest Noob. Now, just like in the previous contest where he copied Mount Dirkling, here he actually copied the rocket that I made in the Mega Park. Although he didn't put the poles on top, which I think, yeah, is something he should have done to make it look more pointy in the end. Now, I do kind of like the structure that he put here to hold up the rocket. He also put some entertainers here on different levels. So that's actually pretty cool. There's also some guests going around here and some glitching cash machines. I'm not really sure how much the guests can do here. Yeah, there's just some underground shops here. Also not really sure what the cool dude is doing here. But yeah, in the end, I think this is quite creative. Of course, it is copied from my Mega Park, but I think the rocket does look quite nice. But yeah, it's okay, but I think it could have been improved quite a lot. Alright, here we have the entry from ricardowordo, and his story was something like that cool dude loved ramen so much that he actually went swimming in it. So yeah, I think this looks quite funny. It's just a little bowl with some ramen inside, which he made with wooden roller coaster track. He also put some chopsticks inside, and of course, cool dude who's swimming in the ramen. So yeah, a very simple entry, but I think it's executed quite well. It looks quite funny. Okay, here we have the entry from Scottish.Novice. She made this volcano tub. Apparently it's filled with rosé, and there's several people enjoying a good time in the volcano tub. There's also a shop here called Oodles of Noodles. It's something she likes to put in her parks. Some nice trees around as well. And apparently there's also some invisible shops with the names of several people in the park. Now, I'm not really sure if that really works. You're usually better off just putting entertainers with the names of people. So yeah, also to put them in a funny spot, doing something, doing a certain action. That's usually a better way to get people to actually, to actually like it and give you a higher rating for it. Not sure if just naming invisible shops after people really works. But yeah, overall, I think this looks quite cool. Especially to make a bath inside a volcano. I think that's very creative, and I love to see them swimming around in it. And it's funny also because they have all these weird movements. Alright, here's the entry from Pieve. He made this, I guess it's a rock concert, or just a concert. So yeah, he actually put this big drum kit here, and he put a cool dude behind it, and actually it looks like he's drumming. So yeah, these go together quite well. He also put some band members here, and of course all these cool dudes here in the crowd. Now I love this structure that he made for this concert. It looks quite nice with the invert impulse coaster track used as these girders. And what I actually like most is these speaker stacks that he made using these roller coaster cars. You can see several here at an angle and some vertical ones over here. So yeah, very creative entry. I really like seeing these expansion pieces used in a creative way. Okay, here's the entry from Enox. Now, just like the previous one, you can see a stage here with some band members. QDude in front here. And here's also a crowd. But instead of just QDude, this crowd is made of other animatronic characters. So yeah, lots of other stuff you will never see anyone put in a normal park. But again, this is very nice work. The stage is not as open. That's something I liked about the previous one. But I do like all these banners that he put here in all these different colors of text. I think that looks quite cool. It says something like the QDude band. So yeah, very creative entry again. Okay, here's the entry from Chuggers. Now this is again something completely different. I really like this entry. So yeah, you can see a QDude here, and he's actually ravaging this city. You can see a crashed plane here with fire all around and some junk. And you can also see the QDude here is actually shooting lasers from his eyes into these buildings here. You can also see a news helicopter flying above. I think he should have given it a name instead of just mini helicopters one. I think it would have added to the experience. You can also see some sewer pipes here under the city. Yeah, that's always nice details to have when you're making a city, and when it's cut out, it's always nice to have some tunnels for stuff like a subway or indeed the sewers that you can see here. So yeah, I think this is very creative entry. He also made some nice sidewalks here and some crosswalks with this coaster track here. Yeah, it's just full of fun little details, and I really like the way he used the QDude here. Especially since, of course, he's a different scale than most of the buildings here. So it makes sense to portray him as some sort of monster that's ruining the city. Okay, here's the entry from Emiel. Now, actually, when you see this the first time, you might be thinking, but where's the QDude? But he actually put several different, let's call it slides. So first, you can see here, this is the 150,000 BC cave. And you can see the caveman here. Then when we rotate the map, you can see here 1950, Rio de Janeiro, Mardi Gras dancer. Then when we rotate again, I believe this is 1980, New York. You can see the gangster here. And then finally, when we rotate again, we can see QDude here, 2020 DKMP. Because he is the coolest dude on our Discord community. So yeah, he actually hid the rest of the map by putting the scenery here and coloring it in the black tile color. Then it just looks like it's part of the background, and then only by rotating you can see the rest of the map. So yeah, there's to be honest, there's not much to see here, but I think this is a very creative way to use the QDude once again, and also to use some of the other crazy animatronics from the expansions. I think this is a really cool entry. Alright, here's the entry from Jag140. Once again, very creative entry from him. Yeah, there's just so much stuff to see here, so many details. Sorry, he made something like the QDude car repair shop. So yeah, this kind of looks like a garage. I love these posters that he made on the wall. This one's Plan 9, and there's like this space dude on it. And here he made another poster with one of these Mardi Gras dancers in front. Kind of like a pin-up girl on a poster. But of course this one's moving. I think this is really creative. Also you can see, I think this is a lamp with a rocket on top. Some really nice decorations. So yeah, it's called QDude's Auto Parts. Maybe this is supposed to be the like the top of the shop, or like the front of the shop, like one of these big signs to to advertise themselves. One thing I really like about this entry is that he actually used one of the entrances, the park entrances from the expansions. So there's one that looks like the front of a car, and he actually used it here to make the front of a truck. And the truck also has a cool dude inside of it. So yeah, I really like this entry. Also some like a toolbox here. There's just so many cool little details here. It does only really work from one angle though, but yeah, I think it looks really cool. This is very creative. Alright, here's the entry from Adam G. So yeah, he made this cool dude inside this wheel here. So yeah, there's some power lines going to the top here, and I think it's supposed to power this light bulb that he made here floating above the wheel. So he didn't provide a story with his plot, which I think he should have done, but it does at least show what every part is in the names of the rides that he used. For example, here I believe this ride here is called a generator. There's generator cables. There's a hamster wheel supports, etc., etc. So yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. Yeah, you can actually figure out what this is. I think it's very creative, and of course the scale of this cool dude. I think it makes it so that it actually works. So yeah, nice work. Okay, here we have the entry from Terror Henk. Now he actually made this this back alley. I actually love the way these dumpsters look. Yeah, look very filled up with junk. Probably also caused by his palette having these colors. I think it's very convincing. He actually put a subway stall right under it to make part of the colors of the rubbish. Now, of course, you can also see the cool dude here. Apparently, he's arguing with this police officer, and he's peeing right here on the ground. So he actually changed the palette to make the water look yellow. So yeah, I think this gives quite a funny effect. But yeah, some other funny decorations here. There's also a sign here saying "Dirk sucks." I don't really approve of that. But yeah, some more dumpsters here. This is really a typical dirty back alley. I think he did a really nice job with that. Now I believe we will see some more interesting stuff if we remove the walls. Oh yeah, these are these fountains that you should never use in one of your maps. So yeah, I think this was one really funny entry. Alright, here's another boxing ring. This one's from HenkDeSuperNerd. I think this is the best executed boxing ring. I love these grandstands that he made around it using these River Rapid stairs, and the guests are actually using them to sit on them while they're eating and drinking. So yeah, there's probably some hidden shops here that he made invisible. Yeah, I think this is the boxing ring that's decorated the best. It just looks so nice. Also these different colored signs here, and he also put like this entertainer right next to it, which is the referee. He throws him in place here. But yeah, some really nice layering here, some nice walls, nice decorations. This is just very well executed. Great job. Okay, here we have the entry from Zarathustra. Now this is actually a very tall entry, and there was actually a bit of a story in this one. So actually, yeah, the guests arrive here, and then they go on this Tower of Terror-esque ride. So the story was something about there being two cool dudes here in the Burger Cave, and they spot this nice lady, and then one of them actually manages to get her on a ride on the roller coaster Medusa, with the other cool dude in the back. And then then here on top, the cool dudes actually start fighting each other for the love of the lady. And then finally, this was the last slide, where the cool dudes actually found out that their love wasn't for the lady, but they love each other. And that's also probably why there's this rainbow right here. So yeah, quite a funny story, and I think the story is also what made this creation work so well in the end. So yeah, this is a really creative work, nice storytelling, and yeah, I hope to see more from Zarathustra in the future. This was really cool. And of course, there's also some nice shoestringing done with this Tower of Terror ride. There's probably some hidden track right here underground. And there's some other hidden stuff here as well. Alright, here we have the entry from Mulpje. Mulpje made this big rocket here. You can actually see the cool dude inside. Now, I think this rocket looks fantastic. I also love how this 3D cinema was incorporated here in the top. The spire of the rocket also looks really nice. Yeah, just really nice different layers, also to keep it interesting, of course. I also love the track texture here at the bottom. I think these Virginia real tracks, they work in a great way here. And I especially love the way Mulpje did the fire here. So normally when you place these flames, normally you would see like this rim on the bottom, because it's supposed to fit on top of a pipe section. But actually when you make it the color of the black tiles, then of course you will only see the flames. So yeah, I think that's a great way to use them here. Because yeah, now under here you can only see the flames, and it I guess it kind of looks like this the exhaust of this rocket. Now, yeah, of course, there's just this rocket here to see. So other than that, there's not much really to say about this entry. Other than that, it's again fantastic work from Mulpje. Alright, here we have the entry from Major Craving, and he actually made a top spin, which fits 3 cool dudes. So you can see the support structure here, right next to it. Also this, this cross beam. And this is the carriage that holds the 3 cool dudes. I guess this is supposed to spin around here. Yeah, what I really like is how he used the candy canes to make the restraints for the cool dudes. I think that's very creative. I haven't seen anyone else do something like this. So yeah, I think it's actually quite convincing as a top spin. For me it was quite clear when I saw it what this actually was. Also really like how he did these fountains here. Lots of top spins have these fountains in front. I know some of them, the guests actually get very wet from them, especially in the summer days when they turn up the fountains a little bit more. So yeah, also some plants right next to the top spin. I think this is a very nice entry. Yeah, it just looks fantastic. Some nice layering here, also of these support columns here. So yeah, very nice work from Major Craving. Okay, here's the entry from Mentecore007. He actually made Ducklink sitting in his room, creating a video. He also made a story for this entry, which using custom messages. So it also says here he made me while recording a YouTube video. Please give him a nice rating. So yeah, the story was indeed something like Ducklink making a video. So you can also see a window here with some water on the outside. I really like the way he made that. Yeah, this I think this rain outside looks really cool. I also love the way he decorated this room. There's some, I guess, some posters of Medusa, Nitro, Giant. He also put a big trophy here, which I got for, I think, for having the coolest Discord community. So a big cactus here. I used the Rotodrop and this cactus from the expansion scenery objects. Now, I also really like the way he made this chair. Also, I think this is a computer here. And a cat on the desk. So yeah, very creative entry. I really like the way he made all of this. This is a really nice way to use the QDude. And yeah, I think it's a very nice. Everything is scaled very nicely. Alright, there's just 2 entries remaining. I will just show the last 2 entries, and after that I will reveal which one is the winner of this round. So here we have the entry from Jens J. He made this big throne for the QDude. Now, I absolutely love the way he made this throne. He also used quite an unusual palette. So I believe some colors were swapped. Light blue is now actually yellow for some reason, and so is a dark olive green. But yeah, I think this throne absolutely looks amazing. Just look at all this track texture here, all these track elements. They all give a really nice pattern. And these Russian spires here on top, I think they work really great as a decoration for this QDude who's dancing around on the top of this throne. Now here at the bottom of the map there's some plants and other stuff. I believe the story was something like a QDude looking down upon the peasants that were walking around here from his throne. So yeah, other than that, there's not really much to see here, I guess. But this throne, I think it's a wonderful piece of track texture. So yeah, great work. Okay, here's the final entry. This entry is called the QDude World Tour. It was made by Robby Hood. And it depicts QDude in several environments. So here you can see him in the bay. So here's on the beach with some with a cannon, some cannonballs, treasure, that kind of stuff. Even a little boat right next to him. And then here you can see a picture in the jungle. By the way, these are all moving pictures because he was too cool for static images. You can see him here in the jungle. I think this is a jungle lion behind him. Some plants, some carnivorous plants. So yeah, this is very well done. I believe the floor is actually a maze. Here you can see him in London with a typical telephone booth right next to him and a car. You can also see him in the Wild West here with one of these wagons. A little campfire. He also used these Japanese snowball trees to serve as these dry bushes. You can also see him in the Arctic here with an igloo next to him and some fishes jumping out of a hole in the ice. And here's the final frontier. You can actually see him in space here with an astronaut jumping right next to him. Now this was actually my favorite entry. I mean, this is so well done. This is absolutely yeah, this is just so creative. I love seeing these entries from Robby Hood. Now if you're curious how this works, here you can see it from the side. So yeah, this entry only really works from one angle. By the way, you can download all these entries from my Discord server if you want to take a look at them for yourself. I really recommend it. They deserve much more time to be looked at rather than just the time that I spent on them in these videos that I don't want to make too long. So yeah, this was like I said, this was my favorite entry. This is really amazing work. Great job from Robby Hood. Okay, then it's now time to reveal who is the winner of this round. Now, I already told you which was my favorite, but let's see who actually won this round. So here's an unnecessarily long drum roll before I reveal the winner of this mini contest. So the winner of the mini QDude contest is... Robby Hood. So yeah, I think this was by far the best entry of the round. He got quite a his score was quite a lot higher than the score of everyone else, and it's really well deserved. Now, I actually got quite a lot of comments on this contest that people actually really liked doing it. It's very different than anything else we've done before, and it was more of a meme contest than anything else. So yeah, I'm glad so many people joined this contest. Now, if you want to join any of these contests, you'll have to join my Discord server. Don't worry, there's no costs involved. It's completely free. You could see it like a chat server with lots of other people who also love playing this game. So yeah, a new mini contest will be announced soon. I think it will be really fun again, and I hope to see many of you join it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you again in the next one. See you later.